KN4EMK, K4ARX.
K4ARX, KN4EMK. How do you copy?
Well, it sounds good to me, to my amateur ears. How do I sound? Not that it really matters.
This new console's kind of working a little funny. It's the volume output on it is quite low, and I'm not sure if that's just a setting. So what I'm hearing, even with the knob turned to maximum, is very, very low. But I think I've figured out the transmit issue. I don't know, it's my CDM that keeps having an issue with the toner mode, but I think I'm nearing the end of this project, so I'm happy that I can actually use it now. It's good.
That it is. It sounds fine to me. I don't know what it sounds like in your shack, but I don't think anybody will have any problems hearing you. And it's not as hot as it was earlier, and it's not as muffled as it was earlier.
Yeah, the microphone on this thing is a little bit crazy. It's a little oversensitive, but I can turn down the gain on it just a little bit, and that might help some.
I think I'll leave that up to you. It sounds fine otherwise. Just looking at eBay here. I like to look at the pictures and the posts just as much as I do Facebook and YouTube and things like that. Is that it? No more tests?
And now I'm using the internal microphone. It's got two microphones on it. One internal, and then there's the external one. How's this one sound?
Sounds a little different. It's not quite as bassy, if you will. And I can hear the fans in the background, too.
Yeah, the fan is my server, one of my computers that I have in the room here. So if that's audible, that means this one's probably hotter than the external one.
I like that one better, but that's up to you again. I don't mind the fan noise.
I'm sorry, I put it back on the other one. So almost at the finish line. I just got to figure out why the output volume on this is quite low. Like I said, I've got the knob turned all the way maximum, but what I'm hearing is very quiet. It's not going to do me any good. I have to do a little bit more research and see what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, well, if it makes any concession to you, that one particularly does not let so much ambient noise in as the other one does.
You're talking about the function tones and all that stuff?
No, the fan noise is gone. All I hear is you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one's, like I said, this one's a lot better, like more professional quality than the Telex console, so it works a lot better. So I got to figure out why the CDM stopped working again. I got it working last night, and I stayed up until like 1 o'clock working on this whole project, and
Gavin?
something happened where it would key up, but the console would key up the radio, but the toner mode was not passing any audio. And the moment I hooked it up to the desk track, it started working again perfectly like it is now. So I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe there's a pin or something that came loose on the back of the CDM or something. I have to tear it apart, but this is good. I'm glad it's finally working.
I do have to mention I hear another voice in the background. I don't know if that's your local station issue or not.
There is a TV that's on in the background here, but I also do hear music when you unkey, and then the hang time, the repeater hang is there. That's probably my local interference making its way through.
Okay, well that's not a bad thing either, as far as the TV in the background goes. You might be hearing on the commercials I'm streaming right now. I'm watching The Walking Dead on Pluto TV, so that might be, if not the station, it's what I'm listening to.
It's certainly my local interference because I caught another bit of the music, and it's all in Spanish, which is one of those AM stations that's in my neighborhood. So it's still there.
Okay, well that's definitely not what I'm listening to. All right, sound like you got it sorted.
Yes, sir. One step closer. I'm very excited to get this over with. But a little bit of messing around with some of the levels here and there. I think there's some pots inside this console that I have to access in
Could
order
be.
to increase the gain of the input here. But uh, I'll take it one step at a time. This time, work at it slowly because you know. This has been an ongoing thing for like a month now, and I'm getting kind of tired of it.
I think you're doing a good job. Hopefully the pots, adjust those rather than going and replacing all the caps and resistors and such. That must be done on a lot of old gear. I didn't select that. Get out of there. I think it just ruined his day.
Hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. KN4EMK.
It's fine. I can stand by. K4ARX. Oh, no. Gotta log this contact. Don't you know? Console adjustment.
Alright, you might hear some DTMF.
I
I'm
don't
going to
care.
send a command to my tone remote adapter to increase the output gain. And that might, well, not the output gain, but the input gain, and see if that helps with my low receive audio. So you're going to hear maybe 4 DTMF tones here in just a second.
I can't wait. Pardon me. Well, I heard 3 out of 4. Oh.
Station calling KN4EMK. Before you KN4CRG. William, can you make out your call sign? I'm only hearing CRG.
Yeah, I'm only getting the suffix station calling your weak into the repeater. Please try again from K4ARX. Yeah, I'm not getting a signal over here. Of course, the repeater probably isn't either.
Hold on, Foxtrot 4, Charlie Radio Golf.
Yeah, Charlie Radio Golf. Got that for sure. It was a 4 Charlie Radio Golf. Go ahead.
Guys, I won't keep you till I get a better signal. Appreciate the break, and I'm going to get out of here. KN4EMK 73.
Hey, that was much better, KF4CRJ. Go ahead and try it again. If you're moving and probably in the direction of the repeater, you're probably coming in close enough to make a better signal. Something along those lines.
All right. I've been about 20 years since I don't do either, but I just heard your familiar sounding call. I think I may have talked to you years ago. You've got Phil's old call sign.
Don't know whose old call sign I've got, but I've had K4ARX probably for the past 6 or 8 years now. I'll have to research that.
I thought I heard KN4U.
Oh, no, maybe I misspoke. Kilo 4 Alpha Romeo X-Ray. And I'm in conversation with Kilo 4, or Kilo November 4 Echo Mike Kilo.
Yeah, I misunderstood the call. All right, guys, I won't keep you. I'm pretty much a rough Alex rubber ducky Alexander, so I don't have much luck.
Well, it's not bad. It's a little noisy, but we can understand you almost perfectly there. But stick around if you'd like. We're just working on some of Gavin's equipment over there.
Yeah, so I didn't pull my equipment off the ball. I just think it's an Amazon thing, but my only reason I just pull out my actually just repeater. Of course, there's no problem when you're always down. I'm going to get down to 25 years old. And I will go see what you guys get. I appreciate the break. Everybody take care. KN4CRG 73.
CRG. Okay, we'll catch you later. Stick around if you'd like. Go ahead, Gavin. KN4EMK from K4ARX.
I'm going to be a little bit in and out because I got to go back and forth between the shed and the house right now. That time was better.
Run, Forrest, run!
Adapter out of whack. That's why I can't hear things very loudly on the console.
That's fine. I'll stand by. Standing by. Robot online. Holy smokes, you want what for what? No. I'm paying that kind of cash for that kind of thing. It sure is pretty, though. Everybody's getting their tests on tonight. Video's getting a little long in the tooth there. Already over 15 minutes.
KN4EMK.
Oh boy, it almost sounds like you're in the same room here.
Yeah, I just went back out there and adjusted the volume. And I was right. The volume adjustments on the adapter were kind of messed up. So now it sounds perfect. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I did it. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Time to go to bed.
Whoa, wait a minute. You got to run the net tonight, right? Bet you can't wait to hear my annoying voice at full volume now.
Was it tonight that I had to run the net? I don't know. I think it's somebody else's.
I was just presuming, listening to what Trustee said earlier.
He's got me concerned now. I have to message someone.
Well, I didn't mean to cause you concern there. I was just trying to be helpful. Oops.
KN4EMK. Are you on the air?
I thought you were going to send an email. He's not there. Or he is, he's just not answering.
Yeah, I might have to message him real quick. Give me just 1 minute. I forget. Because I have it on my calendar, but I don't think it was this week.
Well, now I feel like I've ruined your bedtime. Sorry about that. I mean, it's only an hour and 15 minutes. Just wait around and, take your lumps then. You shush. I'll get to you later. I can't tell on the bow thing. The speaker's so tiny. I guess I could listen on the... No, I don't want that either. Hang on, dude. Gosh. Kids these years. Still waiting on Gavin's return here, just in case.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been, when I first kicked this rig up, I was used to talking on this
K4ARX.
Here he is. KN4EMK, K4ARX.
According to my emails, it says the state of 450K is still on the list for NCO tonight. I think I'm good.
All right, very good. It's good to know. Now you can relax and go to sleep.
KN4WCG, KN4EMK.
Ooh.
I'm either very tired or very It's been a long day, and then also, dealing with this console stuff has been, difficult.
It's time for more coffee. I was just explaining to William.
ARX that the toner remote adapter somehow just stopped working and interfacing with the CDM 1250. I don't even know. I thought it was the console's fault. But then I go out there and I swap radios. I take it off of the CDM and put it onto the desk track, and then it just starts working like it should. And I thought I bricked the adapter like I did the last one. It's inexplicable. I really don't know what was wrong. I don't care. I'm just going to use it as is for now and roll with it. What about using it with an M7100? It works right now, so I'm just going to let it work, and then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, it's one of the thoughts, maybe using it with the M7100. A much better radio than the desk track, but right now it works fine with the desk track, so we'll stay the course for right at the moment. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to be once you get something working. Yeah, very true. Like I said, the volume level is still a little lower than I would like it to be, even with the knob turned all the way up. But it's better than it was. Now, like I said, I think that's simply because I'm on a radio that's not designed for this. But well, I'll get it working. And like I said, it works fine right now, but that could change in an hour or two.
Don't say that. It just might.
Hopefully that won't be the case. It'll start working. We won't have to deal with it for some time at least. I don't know. You can go ahead and jump in here, William. K4ARX, KN4EMK.
I didn't want to be in the way there. You had someone else to talk to and probably a little bit more knowledgeable about what's going on. Yeah, sounds good. The other station is a little weak on the audio, but I can hear him fairly well. Oh, okay, understood. I wasn't aware of that. Of course, then again, I'm always home, so except for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a travel day. The first is always a fun. What do you call it? What do I call it? It's a question. An errand day. Sorry, slipped my mind.
Gavin, you want to jump in and do a round robin here? KN4EMK. Yeah, sorry, I'm still messing around with some parameters. The thing is a pain in the butt to program is there's only so much that you can control from the front panel, and then the rest of it's all done on the card suite software, which I made a rudimentary programming cable for it, and I'm a dummy and I made it too short, so it's kind of cumbersome to work with, and then some of the wires pull out of the pins and I got to redo them. I'll do it later, but the hard part's over with. Thank God.
There's the repeater ID K4ARX. I think most of my stuff here is done. I've reworked my power supply and the cables and whatnot. Put on a special power strip. It's got 4 outlets. It's kind of a 70s era type thing. I think it also got some better filtering on it. And it seems to be cleaning up some of the electrical noise here in this system. So my voltage drop isn't quite as much on this power supply as it used to be, even on low power.
What by power supply are you running for all your stuff?
Well, the Motorola Astro Spectra here is dedicated to a 20 amp power supply, and that should be enough to sustain that. The Motorola CM300, there's a Kenwood fill in the blank. I don't remember the number on that. It's a VHF commercial radio plus a Radio Shack HGX10 10 meter multi-mode mobile radio. It's pretty much like a Magnum, but they're all on the same computer type power supply. I don't usually have any issues out of that. It's got a fan built in, so it blows pretty cold. So it seems to be working out just fine for the way it's set up.
Very cool. I gotta hop off. My other half is calling, so I can only imagine what she wants. I'll let you guys get back to KN4EMK.
It's the same thing all other halves want.
Stand by 1 second. I gotta send some more DTMF to the adapter. Just 1 moment. KN4EMK.
One. That's it. I guess that means it accepted the codes. I don't have near the experience that Gavin does.
KN4EMK.
Did it work out for you?
Well, this thing is it's weird to control it. Like I said, most of its operations are based off of DTMF control in order to change parameters on the adapter remotely. It's got pod adjustments on the front of it, but then you can also go further to remotely adjust levels on the adapter on DTMF code sequences. And usually to do that, it's just star, 0, pound, and then 1 through 9 adjust certain parameters, line transmit gain, transmit gain, etc., etc. So it has a lot of cool little features that you can use to adjust all those parameters on a remote station. Problem is that on this particular console, I can't send the DTMF code without keying up the radio like I could on the Telex. The more and more I use this console, the more I believe the Telex console is better.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to go the other way with that. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so far I'm kind of disliking this console and actually liking the Telex a lot better. I might use this one as like a spare and actually go back to the Telex.
Yes, what I thought you would do. Okay, I was right the first time.
I said I got two of these things, so if you want one on your desk for, just looking at it, maybe we can work out a price. No, you can actually use it. They're not hard to hook up. These also can do DC control as well as tone remote. The capabilities of this console are vastly greater than the Telex is capable of, but getting this set up has been one of the more challenging ventures I've taken on in my station. The sheer fact that I'm talking about it right now is nothing short of a miracle. I had an idea while I was at work, and I said, maybe this will work. So I had this entire idea planned out for the entirety of the day, and I finally get home and put it to application, and it worked just fine. So that's shocking to me.
Well, if you're going to drop that thing off over here, you're going to have to show me how to use it. I hate when that happens. I wanted to hear them on airband.
Read a lot of the manuals that come with it, and you have to find a diagram to interface it with whichever radio you choose. If you were to, say, set up a tone remote for your Spectra, that'd be the accessory connector on the back, which there is a diagram that you can find from Bat Labs that'll show you the pin out for that. You just tap into each one of those pins for transmit high, transmit low, and then receive high, and then receive low, which I believe it's very similar to the CDMs, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I think I'll just stick to what I got right here.
Oh, darn.
Well, you're always welcome to donate stuff. That's no problem. I probably figured out after a while. Put my noggin to the test. That may never happen, but can't blame me for trying. He's speechless now. That's all right. Or he's just working on the one he's got. This is it. It's the episode I've been waiting for. Let me take a standby second here. I'm going to refill my coffee. K4ERX. That's disappointing, dadgummit. Boop.
Unless they should call and they're really weak into the repeater, try to traffic again. KN4EMK.
That's it. Scratches up and down my back. Calling station, you're very noisy into the repeater and not discernible. K4ARX. And that fool's back. Hmm. Yes, sir, you're loud and clear, W4ZAK from K4ARX. I didn't hear anything. Right.
It's another station that can up on top of you.
Oh. It's going to be a longer video. Been waiting for this for a little while. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, dadgummit, it's catchy. Let's see, where in this setup do I have the input for this thing?
8,000 for one, 2,000.
Okay, there's that.
K4NTB test.
All right, so
K4NTB, KN4EMK. Still kind of weak into the repeater.
so what? Negative offset.
Not expecting the greatest signal.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you can say that again. You're in and out. Barely getting much, anything that you're saying. Anybody else able to make him out?
Okay, 144.
Go for it, KQK. Nah, I'm not able to. He's quiet. Alright, the NTB, pull your antenna up.
Ravage.
Or increase power output if you can. You're barely making it in. KN4EMK.
Very funny. Ah, what did I do?
Alright, that's enough of that.
Program 144.
K4MTV, yeah, that's not me.
Enter.
Oh well, guess my signal is what it is. 73 to everybody. K4MTV clear. Actually, that time you made it in just fine. Okay, good to know. I moved positions in the yard, so that probably helped me a bit. Yeah, so you're making it almost full quieting now. Okay, that's kind of crazy. I'm just on a 5-watt dial fan cam right now, so that's unexpected. But yeah, I don't know who's playing the Opry, but just some typical radio troll. Yeah, probably. Thanks for the info on that, Gavin. This is Mike, by the way. I've talked to you before. But yeah, thanks for the signal check 73. K4MTV there.
The whole concept was to ignore the guy and just move on.
Talking to you again, 73 to you. Have a good evening. KN4EMK clear.
Okay, I was listening on reverse. He's not near me. I'll stand by. K4ARX.
K4ARX, K04KQK. Yeah, we were listening on the output. I heard it for maybe 15, 20 seconds.
As far as I can tell, he's not downtown.
I got you. Alrighty. Well, that's not the first time I've heard it on the 543. K4MCD for comment.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, K4ARX.
Yeah, I'll push the input and see what I can, or the output, whichever one, the reverse, and see if I can hear them. I'm an old church mechanic, so I might be able to hear them. But other stations, call KO4 something. Can I get your call sign again? Yeah, it's KO4KQK. Okie dokie. Thanks for that. I'll write you down in the log.
Yeah, I'll let you on the reverse. 73 to K4ARX and K4KQA, I believe. K4MQ.
KQK. Didn't you just write it down? Okay, well, we're going to stand by for the net here in a little while and attempt to triangulate from this position. I do have it on several different receivers. I've always got receivers on. What am I kidding? KN4KQK, I believe it was. K4ARX.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Quebec Kilo. But that's all good. I am actually going to be running the net, so if you don't mind doing a signal report or sound check with me, how am I making into the repeater?
Yeah, I think you're doing just fine. No problems at all. You'll be heard loud and clear throughout the net as long as you're making the repeater there, which the signal seems to be strong. You have a strong signal, strong audio quality. It's not over deviated. I hear you just fine. Completely understandable.
Hey, good deal. Thank you very much. I will be, I usually take the 5th Thursday of the month, and so that doesn't come but so often during the year, so I will be taking the net tonight.
That's good. Yeah, tomorrow's the first Friday, isn't it? For the Simplex net, the 7 o'clock version, flavor, whatever you want to call it. All right, sounds good. We will stick around for the net. I know it's 45 minutes out, but just helping Gavin get his station squared away for his turn that might come around here. I think he's in a couple weeks. Excuse me. Old Coffee's coming back. But he's trying to get squared away. It sounds like it's about done. He's happy with it. I like it. And just doing lots of testing here, lots of stations coming in for radio checks. Well, I think it's fine. Get everybody squared away for the nets and get them ready to go. I know there's probably a couple events coming up, so got to get all those stations ready. K4ARX. Portable and mobile.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, Gavin's going to be joining the rotation, which we're excited to have him join. All right, I'll be standing by, tinkering with some radios, getting all set, and I'll catch you on the net. K4ARX with K04K2K.
Oh, by the way, KQK, looks like I jumped the gun too early for that available spot on the 29th of August. That is incidentally the same week I'm on vacation to Pittsburgh, so I will not be able to. So I got to get with Randy, see if anybody else can take it. I was excited, so I wanted to do it, but I didn't look at my calendar in time.
Oh, no worries. That's okay. I'm sure we can get something squared away this far in advance. Yeah, nice going to Pittsburgh. I was just up there 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, for a couple days for business, and yeah, first time myself up there. It's a nifty city. I'd never been.
Nifty is not what I would describe
I
as.
love Pittsburgh. It's beautiful. The entire city is just, it's an experience. And it's the craziest thing. It dies right around 11 o'clock. Nobody out on the streets. It's weird to be in a city that sleeps like that, and it's kind of like liminal space. But I love it. It's got a lot of history, a lot of great people. The food is amazing. My God, if you ever been to a place called Permani Brothers, oh my goodness, it's just they got some of the best hoagies that you could ever have.
Well, it is Pittsburgh. I heard a lot of great stories about Pittsburgh.
Now we went to an Italian place near Market Square, and I do love the history. There's a lot of history out there, but yeah, we can get something squared away. I'm sure Randy or Scott or somebody else could take that at times. So no worries.
I used to drive around Pittsburgh a lot. I've been in there a few times.
That's tenfold. I appreciate the understanding. Yeah, I like I said, I was not paying attention to my schedule. But we'll catch you on the net. I'll be here. So tinkering away with this console, so I'll say 7.3 for right now. That's KN4EMK.
It's like any other big city. It's just
Alright,
easier to go around.
KO4KQ.
Okay, Gavin, I've got some screen captures on your audio there. I'm going to upload that in case you want to hear it from my perspective and give you a good idea what's going on. K4ARX.
Alright, yeah, you can send that over to Messenger if you wanted to. Like I said, I'm on the programming suite right now, trying to change a few things, so it might change up a little bit as soon as I send the code plug over.
Yeah, we're pushing 53 minutes now, so it's going to be a while before it's fully uploadable.
No, you've been recording this entire time. Good Lord.
Well, we try to make things right around here. You know, we just want to make sure that it goes all the way through the test. I was ready earlier when Trustee came around, Brewer, and I was available then. Yeah, just, you know, pushing for perfection, I guess.
Doug just messaged me, says that I'm pretty loud into the repeater right now. And for HDS, are you out there? This is Kilo November 4, Echo Mike Kilo.
And for HDF, I am indeed.
Monitor Lizard.
Well, welcome. We'll have a quick roundtable before the next starts. But yeah, I'm still working out the kinks on this console. I'm so happy to finally get it working. As I told William, I think I like the Telex console better, just for me. But this is a neat little console. Honestly, I think that, you know what? Honestly, this is probably what you'd be looking for, because I found something on BatLab. This ICP 9000 series is capable of quick call one tones. You have to get the firmware. If I find it and I upload it to this, maybe we can work out a trade for some of the stuff that you've given me, huh?
Oh, there goes my donation. Say thanks.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it must be CDM sickness week. I tried reading a CDM I got the other day, and my Windows 7 machine says it can't open the port to make sure everything's fired up. Never had that message come up before.
Ports are closed.
On a
Doggone it.
radio. So I've got another machine I'm gonna try it on. Probably tomorrow because it's in another shed. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Just there, William.
Yeah, I was trying to talk him out of it a while ago. It didn't work, which is fine. I probably don't need it here. Everything's going pretty well for the way I've got it set up, and I can't complain. I've got plenty to play with, and probably going to add some more things here in a little while anyways. Different things to do, and see what I can get away with, and try to upgrade a few more parts of the station, and make some more fun out of it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but one of these days, Doug, if you're ever up my way, I could show you the quick call feature on this console. I would do it, but I don't know if powers that be would actually allow, or not allow, but like if I send a tone over the radio, it's probably not proper. But I got to go out and change the frequency over to like MERS or something, so I could kind of demonstrate it. But it is really cool. You can hit one button on here called Page, and then it sets you into a menu that you can select either quick call to Plexon, DTMF, or MODAT. It does MODAT paging, which is cool. And then I was looking online, and there is a parameter in here where you can upload an update to
Simplex. MURS.
Okay.
Good
Yeah,
one.
I don't think I do any tone and codes on when in a repeater or Richmond. It's likely to go on like a lead balloon. So, yeah, I guess you could send William the little video you sent me the other day. But that'd be neat.
What?
Just do a little quick all one. And Modad, for that matter. Go ahead, William.
I was just going to suggest some simplex frequency, not necessarily a different service, but have you got any UHF up and running or just VHF now, Gavin? I wonder.
This one's still just VHF. Like I said, I have two tone remote adapters here. One's broken, which honestly might be fixable. I have to pull it apart, but if it's fixable, I can hook that up and run two tone remote adapters to control my UHF rig, which I still gotta get with Randy because I gotta know Ryan that I'm gonna give to him. I gotta program it for him first, but all that stuff. But eventually, and I mean probably in the next maybe month or two, I'll get my UHF rig tied into this console. That way I can control both of them at the same time. And I was talking to KN4EMK the other night. The end goal is to have 3 radios or more hooked up to this console so I can control them. And I want to do like a DMR radio that's controlled by this remotely, and that would be that's going to be a totally different animal altogether. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
And for HDF, since I didn't properly introduce myself.
We know who you are.
I don't think the DMR going to the console's going to be that hard. What is going to be hard is getting the audio levels straight. It really does not like hot audio coming from the mic, so that's what's going to be hard. But yeah, as a matter of fact, the basic display radio I was telling you about the other day, I got that in the shed. I programmed that up just for grins, and it programs up fine and all that jazz. So it's ready when you're ready. Go ahead, Wayne.
Here you go. Here's your next assignment, Gavin. Something else to work on. Another bridge to cross. You're crossing so many bridges, you're down in the wetlands. You got to come out of that. All right. Sounds like a lot of fun. I don't envy you now.
It's honestly the last one that I need is another project, but
Yeah.
bring it on. I figured this out and I feel pretty accomplished. Still can't do channel steering, which, like I said, that was all on the CDM, and that's probably where my mistake happened. Because Doug, remember what we talked about the other night, I said that was 100% correct. I programmed the tone remote adapter to throw, it's all in binary, so I had to sit there and stare at a page for like 2 hours to understand what I was doing. I don't understand binary that well, but I was able to get it to change from the KG4MRA to the RATS channel based on which function tone was transmitted. So it worked. The only problem was it was momentary. It switched right back after about 5 seconds, which I still can't figure out how to get it to stop doing that. So it was a win and then a loss. But it's a step in the right direction. It's KN4EMK.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Z-bounce would have anything to do with that. So, yeah. Well, if you got it to go, then it should be able to find somewhere to change it from momentary to
right, so far so good. Gavin, we're still pushing over an hour now. Taking the time to doing some more demonstrations here. You'll be able to see it. Don't worry. He's not worried.
I will say that the external interference from those local towers is much more pronounced on this console than it is on the telex. Again, I'm starting to really like that telex a lot better than this thing, because when you guys talk, all I'm hearing in the background is mariachi music and advertisements, and I know it's not because y'all have TVs on in the background.
Well, yeah, you did replace the Cat 5 with something shielded, so that would do away with that. And then the next thing I would even think about doing would be, if you want to pass and look through the boxes,
Okay, they're leaving now.
the control remote of that will have audio pods in it as well. It may end up being to where one is turned up very high, and then on the other end in the remote is turned down really low. So it's not balanced out. But I've done fool with them, so I don't know. That's our way.
It's not me.
Whatever that is, it's not me. But I'm definitely hearing it. I thought maybe that was my console. KN4EMK.
It's not me either. That's why I stopped to listen.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. KO4KQK.
You got to admit, it's got rhythm.
Hats on. What was that song by the Police? Ghost in the Machine?
Yeah, I noticed the other night when we were doing a round table that it had a spell of that. So I guess we'll see what it does. Maybe it pops back up later.
Wow, it's doing darn good. Well, on a happy note, the Spectra here is not near as warm as it usually gets, even on low power. It's doing very well. We've been doing this for about an hour, and she's barely warm.
Did you get a new power supply, or is that the old one? The one that was having issues?
Yes, sir. It's the older one, or the same one I've been using, the same 20 amp power supply. I had acquired a older power strip. It's more like a box. It's like a 4-outlet box on an extension cable, and it's got some kind of filtration system on it or something like that. There's the Rats machine on the UHF. And I took off the noise filter in line between the radio and the power supply, and I had a couple of chokes on the coax and on the power leads. I took off 4 of those and reworked the connectors on the power leads, including the starter sensor circuit, and added a digital voltmeter to check that. It usually dropped down to about 10 volts or so on low power and almost below 9 volts on high power, but it's only down around 12.5 volts as I transmit right now, so it's doing a lot better than it was.
Well, that's almost all working for you. Lower the voltage, the higher current. So, restore your voltage, your current will drop a little bit.
Yeah, you're confusing me now. I'm not quite that brilliant, but yeah. I'm just guessing that the power strip or box here has got a little bit of more regulation to it, like I mentioned before. Probably cleaning up the electrical signal just a little bit, I imagine. There's so much junk over here. It's annoying. And it's solar cells too, so I don't know.
You're up, Gavin.
Definitely a learning experience.
So I hit some button on the console that I didn't notice before, and it caused the entire screen to go blank. So I was trying to figure out what I did wrong. Turns out it was a dimmer switch, but it's not even labeled as such.
Learn by trial and error. You know, back when I was still working, we'd have power supplies that powered up various parts of the plant. And generally, the power supplies would run out at about 88, 89 volts. And usually, we try to keep the load at about 9 to 11 amps. And sometimes the power supply would get weak. So the voltage running out would be at about 60 volts. 60 volts would run the plant. But with everything else we had out there, the current shot up, and then the power supply would shut down. Then we have an outage, then it cool off and come back on. So that's Ohm's law working for you.
Interesting. Appreciate the information there. Excuse me. Anyways, Gavin, didn't know you had a display there. Is that an LCD display, or you got some kind of monitor hooked up on that thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like a LCD display on it, and if somebody were to key up with DTMF or like an ANI, whether it's NBC, G-Star, DTMF, or something like that, it decodes that and it can tell me, last heard sort of thing. So like right now,
Cool.
somebody keyed up with the number 1 on DTMF, and it's stuck on my screen now, last heard at 1804. So I mean, it's a proper dispatch console, so it tells me who was speaking. It's got all the other information, if it's transmitting, receiving, current time, the date, and a volume unit indicator.
Speaking of audio, I'm using radio. I've been using it a lot lately, but it's not what I normally run. How is my transmitted audio? Is it loud, like D104 loud, or Phil loud, or
Phil loud. Yeah, I don't think anybody's as loud as Phil, but sounds fine to me.
Goodness, shots fired, but yeah, no, it sounds fine to me.
Okay, thank you. I hadn't bothered to bring up a radio to listen to myself. So thank you. Your turn, Phil. Excuse me. Sorry. Your turn, William.
Oh, no, you did not. No, you did not. All right. Well, that's what the video's for. You get to go back in there and listen, at least from my perspective, what I'm hearing over here, and you'll find out soon enough what you sound like. At least in my opinion. I'm running volume 10 on this thing, and that's almost double what I usually run. But for fill in the blank, it's doing its job. That's the way to confuse them. What do you mean?
I'm gonna take a break for just a second. I'll be right back. KN4EMK.
Barely warm.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's well, I was wondering about that, and I don't want to be, I don't think anybody notices really. There's some really loud stations on on you, but personally, I didn't want to be real loud. With full RQ.
Yeah, pick it up, Bob. We'll give you a turner. I'm gonna take a break too and get ready for the net. K4ARX. I know I'm loud.
Just get with Gavin. He's about to blow my speaker out of my radio. Actually, that microphone's very loud. You're quiet, nice, good audio, William. And, you're quiet, nice, good audio also. But,
Good.
Gavin's just, like I say, overdriving that microphone. I just thought I'd make a comment. So I guess William dropped there. Go ahead, Doug. M4ACS, W4G.
That's good. Doug set up my radio for me, so I don't have any control except for my own voice.
Yeah, I sent him a text, told him that he was D104 loud, so I imagine he'll work on that. That's that project he's working on, like putting on. You might remember, but some of the model kits back in the '60s used to have a little electric motor. You had to wind it.
What?
The armature and all. So what he's working with, there's so many variables that you can adjust and you can change and do this, do that to make it work and get it working right. It takes a bit to get it going. If you don't have a test that's specific to that, it's almost impossible to get it together where it sounds right. Yeah, too bad they don't make the 2-meter radios like your HF radio where you put a set of headphones on and run it into a dummy load and listen to what you sound like. You just got to rely on what other people, give you advice on how you sound. Going around here. Well, here, Gavin's back. Let me hit
Who?
his foot. I think that was Michael. Whoever wanted to join
Mars
in,
22.
go ahead.
Yeah, this is K4EMK. Howdy, Bob and Doug. How y'all doing?
Howdy.
Have a good time, Michael. Yeah. Just listen to everybody talking about it.
Yes, ma'am. We have like that too all the time for these things, so if you could just stay about that.
KN4EMK.
Got several birds in the air right
Yeah,
now.
I'm actually dog sitting right now for a customer, so I'm portable. So I thought I'd bring my HC along and join into the net. But, yeah, I don't think I've talked to you before, Doug, or HC. I'm relatively new, so I don't remember the call signs, but yeah, it's nice to talk to you.
I need a break.
Okay, Kathy, we're listening.
Yeah, Mike, I don't, not on the repeaters a whole bunch. I've been on them much, rather been on them a lot lately. I'm really trying to do that now, so I answer.
Call with injury. 10,900. London Drive. Priority 3.
KN4EMK. I turned the mic down on my respect here, down to level 1 now, which is as low as it goes. And I'm probably sitting maybe about 5 inches away from it. So hopefully it's not blowing anyone's eardrums out anymore.
Yeah, Gavin is still on the loud side.
This is about a good foot away or so. How do you copy?
For CD, got different.
Yeah, Mike, Mike, I'll fix it for the minute. Yeah, that's a little better. It's a lot better. As a matter of fact, I guess you're just a little bit too close to the mic. So anyway, yeah, I can turn back over to Mike.
K4EMK. Yeah, Gavin, go ahead. Before you were coming in a little hot for me, but you might have fixed it now. I didn't hear you. I probably doubled with you. Sorry about that.
I guess he's adjusting it some more, so he's picking on up. Maybe he'll let me back in in a minute. All right, well, like I said, I just give Mike Gavin my opinion on the audio, and I think he's pretty well got it now. He backs off the mic a little bit more. And, anyway, hopefully he'll get it all worked out. It'll sound better. So, not sure whose turn it is, but I guess I'll just turn it over to Doug. So he's working. He's quick. Take it up, Doug. All right, Bob, I'm gonna back out myself and go get some more tea. I think then the nets usually start up at 8 o'clock. Is that correct? Or is it 7? No, it's 7 o'clock. Okay, my Apple time says it's about 15 minutes away, so I'm gonna go get some tea. Good catch to y'all. Michael, good catch. Good meeting you. I'm sure I'll talk to you again. November 4, Hotel Delta Foxtrot.
You guys done talking?
All right, Doug. Yeah, and Bob. 73. I'll back out now too. Currently pet sitting, so gotta pet the dog a little bit, and I'll catch y'all later, probably on the net. 73. N4HDX